Keeping all of your doctors in the loop. Now, this is going to sound very simplistic when I say this, but here's what most people fail to realize. Depending on the kind of medical protocols you have set up for yourself, it's very possible that you might be one of those persons who find yourself going from different docs to different docs independently on your own. Is that a wrong thing? No. It may be because your insurance only covers certain doctors and you kind of have to pay out of pocket for other things. It may be because you have, and I believe it's, I always get to, I think, a PPO, which basically gives you the ability to pick your doctors as you see fit, whatever the case may be. If you find yourself in a situation where you have multiple docs, I cannot stress this enough. Take it upon yourself to make sure you let all of your doctors know the other doctors that you're seeing. You may not think that's important, but it's very important. First and foremost, ideally, this is the perfect situation. You have one doctor who is serving kind of as the facilitator for all this. You've got one primary doctor who, if you're in pain, they send you to pain management. If you need orthopedic work, they send you to orthopedist. If you need psychiatric work, they send you to psychiatrist. And all those people send records back to that primary doctor. And that doctor has an intimate knowledge of what's ever going on to make sure your medications kind of work with each other. That's the ideal situation. A lot of times, not always quite that clean. What I would stress to you is this. When you find that you're going to different doctors who may quote unquote be prescribing you different things, it is very important that you share with them that you're getting treatment from other doctors. One, some doctors, a lot of times this is the kicker. Most docs want to know what medications you're on because they want to make sure that they don't give you anything that's going to be, counterintuitive, is going to conflict or contraindicate. Just you don't want anything that's going to mess up what another doctor's doing, or may have some adverse side effects or adverse reactions because they don't work well with each other. But it's important because depending upon the complexities of your case, depending on whether you're a situation where you've got a variety of different things going on. So let's pause for a second. Let's say you hurt your back and you're already getting treated for depression. And as a result of your problem with your back, you started having some other muscle problems. And so you're going to a rheumatologist, you're going to an orthopedist, and you're going to a psychiatrist. And you have your primary doctor. Guess what? Every one of them are following different things. Your primary may be following your high blood pressure to make sure you're good there. Your rheumatologist may diagnose you with fibromyalgia, so they're following you there. Orthopedist is only looking for your back. Psychiatrist is only looking for your mental health. All of these doctors are giving you different things. And the reality is, each one might be exacerbating the other. It may be making the other one worse. You don't want the doctor to have to sit there and try to figure out what the heck is going on. You want the doctors to know what is going on when you're getting treated with other doctors and continually keep them in the loop. Don't get lulled into this false sense of when you come in that first time and you get like a boatload of you provide them with a list of all your medications and then they don't ask you about them again and you don't tell them anything. Don't do that. If you know that your medications have changed, when you go to a different doc, let's say that you go to a psychiatrist, the psychiatrist originally had you on trazodone but has now switched to Wellbutrin. Well, guess what? When you go to your doctors, your rheumatologist, your pain management, and your primary, let them know that this doctor has changed your medication. Let's say you go to your pain management. Originally, they had you on Vicodin. Now they have you on morphine sulfate. Well, guess what? Let them know that you've changed that. You want to make sure that each one of the doctors have an intimate knowledge of what's going on because it might change how they do things with your condition. I can't stress this enough. You got to prove that you're disabled. I think I've said that like a broken record. But it's important that you keep all of your doctors in the loop because if you don't have one doctor that's responsible for kind of serving as the big facilitator for everything, you're kind of on your own to make sure that each doctor is aware of each other's existence in terms of what treatment they're doing for you and how that treatment may impact what they are doing for you. Trust me, in the long run, it works out a lot better for you.